All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to dig into a really strange story. We're talking about a massive scandal, one involving a Texas megachurch pastor and dozens of accusers that just kinda vanished. This is a story of how a huge public outcry gets turned into total engineered silence. So here it is, the big mystery we're unpacking. This isn't just about the accusations themselves, as serious as they are. It's about how a major, well-documented controversy can be pretty much scrubbed from the public record in just a handful of years. I mean, how does that even happen?
Okay, so to really understand the silence we see today, we've got to rewind the clock to 2021. That's when the allegations against Pastor Ron Hindt of Calvary, Houston were at a boiling point. And believe me, this was not some quiet, behind-the-scenes disagreement. This was a full-blown crisis rocking the entire institution.
So, what exactly went down? Look, we are not talking about a few unhappy people here. This was a mass exodus from the absolute core of the church, an unbelievable departure of leadership and staff from a church with like 2,000 members. The sheer scale of this is just staggering. First, let's talk about the paid staff. Out of 17 professionals on the payroll, 14 of them were either gone or had been removed. That's almost the entire team, just gone.
But it didn't stop with the paid employees. Nope. Next up were the deacons, the volunteer backbone of the whole operation. 25 of them walked out in protest.
And this wasn't just gossip or rumors, The people who left, they had receipts. They put together over 220 pages of documents. We're talking testimonies, emails, text messages. They even had 14 hours of secretly recorded meetings to back up everything they were claiming. And when you look at all this documentation, a very clear picture starts to emerge. These weren't vague, one-off complaints. The accusations pointed to a really consistent pattern of alleged behavior. Bullying, manipulation, lying, and just a systematic abuse of power to shut down anyone who dared to question him. And just to show you how personal and deep this conflict went, one of the most incredible accusations actually came from inside the pastor's own family. His son, Matt Hindt, said this.
Okay, so you're probably thinking what I was thinking. With all of this evidence, all of these people speaking out, why didn't the whole thing just implode? Well, the answer, and this is crucial, it's all in the church's unique power structure.
This is really the key to the whole thing. It's a leadership philosophy known as the Moses model. Now think of it like this. It's a top-down system where the senior pastor's authority is basically absolute. The elders, they're not there to provide checks and balances. They exist to support the pastor's vision, period.
And right here, you can see these two completely different worlds just crashing into each other. On one side, you've got Pastor Hindt defending the Moses model, where one leader has the final say. He actually called the alternative a dangerous belief. And what was that alternative? A plurality of leadership where a board of elders shares authority and actually holds the leader accountable. These two systems were just on a collision course.
But the problem, it went even deeper than just this one church. People who left looked to the larger organization, the Calvary Chapel Association, for help. But they basically hit a brick wall. As another pastor, Robert Bigowit, pointed out, the association just didn't have the teeth to remove a pastor. His quote really says it all.
So that gridlock, that inability for anyone with authority to step in, it created the perfect environment for what happened next, making the entire story just go away. So how do you make 220 pages of testimony and dozens of voices just, poof, vanish? Well, it seems to have happened with this kind of three-pronged attack on the information itself. First, you get rid of the evidence. Those meeting recordings, they disappeared from public platforms like SoundCloud. Second, you silence the people. There were allegations of non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, being used to legally gag those involved. And finally, you tell everyone who's left to just stop talking about it, framing that silence as being loyal. And what's the end result of all that? A complete and total information blackout. Seriously, if you go looking for this story today, you just had a wall. No new comments, no updates, no resolution. It's like it never even happened. The once deafening controversy has been effectively muted. And all of this brings us right back to the beginning, doesn't it? To a story that's now defined not by what we know, but by all the things we don't. The final chapter, whatever it was clearly written behind closed doors.
Just look at the arc of this story in a timeline. It's pretty wild. It all kicks off in 2019 with this explosion of resignations. By 2021, thanks to some detailed reporting, it's a major public story. And by 2025, nothing. A complete wall of silence. The digital trail, all but gone in just a few short years. And so, this is the final, really crucial question we're left with. When the public record can be wiped so clean, and when voices can be silenced with contracts and cultural pressure, what does accountability even look like? It's a powerful and kind of chilling reminder that sometimes the loudest part of the story is the silence.